Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah. This is Jar of Fireflies, and here I make videos all about my life as an Orthodox Jewish homeschooling mother of 3. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I would love to see you here again. All right, now for today's video, we will be going through a day in my life as well as answering a ton of your questions. Okay, in a recent video, I did ask you to submit questions for an upcoming Q&A, and you did. You totally delivered. I have pages and pages of questions that you guys have asked me. So I pulled about, 15, 16 questions to answer in today's video, wrote them all down for you. It's a huge variety of topics. What do we have? Homeschool, kosher, my husband. So yeah, we'll be getting to all of these questions during the day, just kind of throughout my day. I filmed a video like this, maybe a week or so ago, and I had so much fun doing it that I thought, hey, let's do it again. Instead of me just sitting here talking to the camera all day like I am now. Anyways, so we will also be going through a day in my life. All right, so I already started by waking up, having some breakfast, and praying. Now I've got one kid awake. He's over here eating some breakfast next to me. So we're not quite ready to start school yet because he is eating breakfast and nobody else is awake yet. But anyways, while we're waiting, let's go ahead and dive into a few of these questions. Okay, I got a lot of questions about kind of my morning stuff, so that's what we're gonna answer right now. The first one is, where is my teapot from? I super love that teapot. It's so pretty. It makes me so happy in the morning. Okay, I got the teapot from Amazon. It is a Mackenzie Childs teapot, and I will link to that in the description box below. The little birdie on top and the flowers just make me so happy, and it's such a fun way to start my day. We did try to order it directly from the Mackenzie Childs website, and we waited and waited and waited, and they never sent it, and then we got our money back, and it was a whole thing. So unfortunately, I can't recommend getting it from their website, but we had no problem ordering it off of Amazon. There is another tea question, and that is, what is my favorite tea? This one, puka. I guess it's called puka. Might not be puka. I've been calling it puka, but it is the Puka Love Tea. It is a heartwarming touch of organic rose, chamomile, and lavender. So it's just like a really awesome calming tea, and I super love this one. This is normally what I would drink like in the afternoon. Lately, I've been drinking it in the morning because my favorite morning tea, which is the Yogi stress relief something or other tea, I don't have right now. I need to order some more. But I do really love a good chamomile tea, just of any sort. I also got a few questions about my teacups. I got this off Amazon also. It is a Prince Albert, and I will link to that in the description box below as well. Okay, one final question before we move on with the day is, why don't all of my cabinets have cabinet pulls? This one doesn't have a cabinet pull. This one and this one. So none of those have cabinet pulls. And that is because, hold on, where'd my light go? I don't know. I'm like trying to stand under the overhead lights. I don't have like a big fancy light setup. Anyways, so we do not have cabinet pulls on all of our cabinets because we had to replace some of those cabinets and we just haven't put those cabinet pulls on yet. We have to like actually measure and drill holes and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna leave that to my husband. So anyways, all right, my son's finishing up his breakfast over here, so we're gonna get started on school soon. And when we do, I will answer a few more of your questions. Okay, so all the kids are awake right now. My daughter asked me to go ahead and get started on school. I think she wants to be the first one done today. And my son is in there, my older son is in there working on his davening, and he just came in and asked if he could help my youngest daven as well. Daven is our word for prayer. So they're in the other room doing that, and I love that my older son is helping the little one. So let's do that, and while I'm working on school with the kids, I'll answer some of your homeschooling questions that I received. Okay, so I'm starting homeschooling here with my daughter, and she's picking what she wants to do. And anyways, while we do that, I will answer your homeschooling questions. Okay, so the first question I had is, are there other homeschoolers in my community? So I'm assuming that you mean the Orthodox Jewish community and not just like the community in general, because there are a ton of homeschoolers in my area, but no, there's not really a lot of Orthodox Jewish homeschoolers. There are a few, and I do know like of them, I guess, but our kids are not the same ages, so it's not like we really hang out or anything like that. So yes, there are a few, but it's not like we have an Orthodox Jewish homeschooling community here, is I guess what I'm trying to say. I hope that answers your question. So the next question that I had was, how does my community feel about me homeschooling instead of sending my kids to the local day school? I guess you'd have to really ask them, not me, but I don't know. In all seriousness, I'm having a little bit of trouble answering this question, other than to say that I don't think that anybody really cares that much. Okay, final homeschooling question for the day. Do my kids have any issues with school kids, or are they friends? And to answer, no, there are no issues, and yes, they are friends. All of my kids have friends who are homeschooled, who are public schooled, and who are going to private schools, including the local Jewish day school. So yeah, there's no issues there. Everybody's super friendly and we all get along, which I think is fantastic. Nobody really cares where anybody goes to school here. Okay, so we have wrapped up enough of school for now, which actually kind of surprises me because today was sort of a light day, but we're still working on it, but that's okay. But I thought we were all in need of a break, especially me. So we are headed off to run an errand. We are going to Costco. So let's go shopping. Okay, so we are home from Costco. Got the car unloaded. Got to put all this stuff away now. Just mostly got like some pretty basic stuff. We needed like some deli meats, got some snacks. We needed some gluten-free bread. They have our favorite gluten-free bread. I can't talk today. They have our favorite gluten-free brand of bread there. And just like, juice boxes we like take on our picnic. Cheese, they have kosher cheese there, which is fantastic. So yeah, milk, some snacks, put some fish already away in the freezer. So yeah, gonna start putting all that stuff away now, and then we can finish up school and all that jazz. Also, let me know if you are interested in me doing a kosher Costco haul. I've been asked that a couple of times and haven't gotten around to it yet. But I think it would be kind of fun, but I need to do some research and figure out what exactly that means, other than just buying a bunch of stuff and talking about it. Maybe that's all it is. I don't know. I've never watched a Costco haul video. But anyhow, if you're interested in a kosher Costco haul video, let me know down in the comment section, and I'll see about doing some shopping for you guys. All right, I want to get to putting stuff away. All right, I've put away all the stuff from Costco, super stoked about that. And the kids are in cleaning their rooms. My toddler, who's sitting right down here with me. Hey, buddy. He's trying so hard to get his head up in the camera. Anyhow, I grabbed my little notebook and I will answer a few more of your questions. By the way, I feel like I blend in with the wall. I'm wearing black and the wall is so dark. Yeah, now Bella's here. All right, so question number 1. Have I ever visited Israel? No, I haven't. I want to go there so badly, but it just has really never been the right time. So one of these times it will be the right time and I'll be able to get over there. Right now with COVID, I can't go. And other times, like I don't fly when I'm pregnant. As y'all know, I've got some kids. So that's been happening over the past few years. Of course, money's always an issue and things like that. So yeah, haven't been to Israel yet. All right, the next question. Why do Orthodox Jews not wear wedding rings? Okay, I don't wear a wedding ring, and that's purely a personal thing with me. I wore one after we got married, and then my fingers are not the same size as they were 10 years ago and 3 kids ago. So I don't wear a wedding ring anymore, and I cannot resize my wedding ring because it is a square. I did resize my engagement ring, but I just don't wear it very often because I got so used to not wearing it. And then I'm always worried that like I'm gonna lose it when we're trolloping through the woods or hiking through a creek or something like that. And then I'll just never see it again. So I usually end up wearing that like on Shabbat or if we go out somewhere or something like that. But just when I'm like running around the house cleaning toilets, I'm not gonna wear it. As far as men and wedding rings, Orthodox men typically do not wear wedding rings. One of the reasons that men don't wear a wedding ring is that during the wedding ceremony, the man gives a woman a ring, the woman doesn't give the man anything. So he doesn't get a ring as part of the ceremony, so he just doesn't really have one to wear. Sometimes men will go buy one separately and wear it, but my husband doesn't. We talked about it and I was like, I don't really care. So if it was something that was really important to me, I'm sure that he would, but it's really not. Okay, and the next question, this is the last one we're gonna answer while I'm sitting down in this room, is how often do I cover my hair? And this came in many forms, like who can see my hair and do I cover my hair at home alone and things like that. So kind of all of those we're gonna answer right now. Okay, I cover my hair all the time except when I'm basically changing clothes, so I have to, or if I am bathing, because gotta wash my hair sometime, or if I'm sleeping. So yes, I do cover my hair around the house. I cover my hair if it's just me and the kids. I cover my hair if I'm home alone. It's just what I do. The way that I try to explain this to people is that after I get married, my hair becomes just like any other private part of my body. So if I was home alone, I would still wear a shirt. Nobody can see that I'm not wearing a shirt, but I would still wear a shirt. So yeah, I'd still keep my hair covered also. So I hope that that kind of makes sense. It just becomes like any other article of clothing that I would wear all the time. I cannot speak for all women, of course, but I can say that pretty much all of my friends that are women, I've never seen their hair. If I've seen their hair, it's probably because I knew them before they were married or before they started covering their hair. But when it's just a big group of women sitting around together, we're not sitting there with their hair uncovered. I cannot speak to other women when they're home alone or home alone with their families, but pretty typical in our culture is that you just have your hair covered all the time. All right, I'm gonna head on into the kitchen and start making dinner. And while I do that, I'll answer a few of your questions about kosher food. Okay, and on to the food related questions. Okay, one of the questions that I got was, can I eat food from a home that is strictly vegetarian or vegan? The answer is yes and no. Like in general, no. Like if they prepared a whole meal that they cooked and baked and all that jazz, no, I wouldn't be able to eat that food if it was not a kosher kitchen. I can go to any house and eat prepackaged food that is kosher. So for example, my parents' house, they do not keep kosher, they're Catholic, and they always keep snacks around that we can eat there, things like crackers, pretzels, chips, things like that, and those are already in a package with a hechsher, and so there is no problem for us to eat those. So in general, pretty much any home that I was to go into, I'm sure that I could find some kosher food, something to eat if I just really needed something. But also for the most part, we just bring our own food if we're going to somebody else's house like that. All right, I was also asked, how do we handle keeping kosher while traveling? On an airplane, if it's like a long flight where they're going to serve a meal, there's usually a kosher option for the meal, and it's, just as good or worse than any other regular airplane food. Generally, though, I do just bring my own food. Typically, if I'm flying, once I get to the airport, I'll usually grab some snacks at one of the little shops at the airport, like some pretzels or nuts or something, and a drink that I can bring onto the plane for myself. And if we're driving somewhere, I'll always look online and plot out if there are any kosher restaurants along our route and try to time things so that we can hit a kosher restaurant or some kind of grocery store that has a little kosher deli where we can pick up a sandwich or something to make things easier. Otherwise, we will again pack our own food. And so this, if we're driving, it's easy to bring a cooler or something like that with some deli meat or something like that to keep in the car. And we can always just stop and buy things like bagels and cream cheese, or I know it's so Jewish, right? Or like tuna fish and bread, and make some sandwiches along the road. So it's really not so difficult, to keep kosher on the road. It's a little harder if you want to eat like meat. You have to go to the store and buy something you can kind of prepare like a picnic, and a little bit less like going out to a restaurant. So in general, if we're going to be going on vacation to a city, we will choose a city that has some kosher food options, because that just makes it a lot easier. But we've also done things like go on vacation to Death Valley where, well, there's no grocery store, but we were even able to find kosher ice cream at the gift shop in Death Valley, so I could buy ice cream for the kids. And so there's always something, and it just takes a little bit of extra planning, but you're always planning for a vacation anyways, so what's a little more? All right, the last food-related question that I have for today is, do all of our religious holidays involve food? No, they do not. Most of them do. And, the meals, the kiddush, the hamotzi, there's the blessings over the wine and the bread. Those are very important and a big part of the holiday, and part of our holiday observance generally involves that you would have a festive meal. But there are also holidays like Yom Kippur where we are fasting, and so there is no food involved. There are 2 major fast days where we are fasting from about sundown until about sundown. And then there are a handful of minor fast days where we are fasting from about sunrise until about sunset. All right, then. Dinner was absolutely wonderful. It was a big hit with the kids, even though they all took their meal just like a little bit differently. Some wanted only rice and sauce, some wanted rice and sauce and meatballs, some wanted only rice and meatballs. I had everything. It was really good. But anyhow, the meal, by the way, was just those meatballs that I threw together there real quick, some gluten-free, I think they were rice crumbs and an egg, and then the ground beef. And then I just put those in the oven for about 30 minutes. And then I made the rice, just plain rice, super simple, and the sauce was just a homemade teriyaki sauce. So I have a few more questions before we call this video a close, and they are the ones about my husband. I know, my mysterious husband who I never show in the videos. No, he is in a couple of my videos. He's just not, I don't know, it's my vlog, it's not his. But he does make an appearance from time to time. All right. So the first question is, why doesn't my husband eat dinner with us? I get this question a lot. The reason that he doesn't eat dinner with us, well, okay, first of all, I should back up. He does eat dinner with us, just not all the time. A lot of the time he is out doing meetings in the evenings, so that interferes with dinner time. Also, we tend to eat dinner very early, my kids and I, like around 5 o'clock, and he's just not done with work by then. Which leads me into question number 2. What does my husband do for a living? My husband is a contractor. He does roofing and remodeling primarily, both residential and commercial. So a lot of times people are wanting to meet in the evenings because they're working during the day. So yeah. And then he does put in long days because he wants to get the projects done. The next question that I had for that was, does my husband work for a Jewish company? Yes, he does, because he owns the company. All right, the last question that I'm going to be answering about my husband today is, why is he not in my videos? All right, so like I said earlier, he is in some of my videos, just not very often. Mainly because I'm the one filming my videos. I'm filming them about me and not my entire family. So you get me. He is occasionally in a video, just like my kids occasionally appear in a video, but my kids are around me all the time, versus my husband, who does go out of the house to work for the majority of the day. So when he's home, we tend to want to just hang out as a family without distractions. So I'm not going to sit around filming a lot of those times together. So yeah, I typically film during the day when he's at work, and that's really the biggest thing. But if you do want to see my husband, he was in the Purim video from this past year, and then a few of my Shabbat prep videos. I don't know if he'll do more in the future. It's just not really his thing, and I'm not obviously gonna make him or try to convince him. So, all right, I think I am gonna go ahead and call this one a close here now. We're just gonna spend the rest of the evening cleaning up a little bit, maybe just relaxing. Dad, what time is it? Oh gosh, it's only 6:30. I'm so tired though. So yeah, I think we're just gonna relax here, clean up a little bit. Maybe the kids will watch a movie just to chill out, and then we're just gonna all go to bed. So thank you all so much for watching. I super appreciate it as always. I love having you guys here. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. It helps me know what kinds of videos that you guys like, and it helps my channel out a lot. So I really, really appreciate that. And if you have not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button because I'd love to see you here again. All right, thank you all so much. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in my next upload. Do you want me to cut that out? Okay. I can't get it straight. Yeah, I don't know. He's been in a couple of my Shabbat prep videos, doing a few things in the... Oh, come here. I'll help you. Yeah, you can do that. Okay. All right, last question I'm going to be answering. All right, last question I'm going to be asking. Okay. I need to think before I speak. Okay, the last question that I'm going to be adding. For reals?
I want you to do that at the time.